Welcome to part 3 of Begin the Book on Your Bucket List. Today we're going to talk about knowing your why. I'm Allie. I'm the boss lady and owner, lead writer of The Right Place, Right Time, where I coach women on how to write their books, or I ghostwrite it for them. Today we're talking about knowing your why. Now, this is why this is important, all right? When you know your why, your motivation for writing your book, it is really helpful to be able to go back to that when things get hard. And they will. Writing a book is a long game, okay? I know that there are all kinds of programs out there that say write your book in 30 days. I don't know what those programs are doing. I don't know if you're writing very short books in those programs. I don't know if when they say write, they really just mean put down a really messy first draft. But for me, writing a book, and when I say it, I mean like planning it, drafting it, revising it, developing it, getting it to the publisher, getting it onto the shelf. Like that is a long game. It's months long, sometimes years for some, depending on how they're going about it and how big their project is. So your why, knowing what your motivation is and having that be really solid as to why you're doing this is going to be really important, because when you're starting to run out of stamina, or you hit a block, or you hit something unexpected, or the writing gets off track, or whatever challenge it is that comes up, and there will always be challenges because nothing we do is without them, you're going to want to go back to that motivation. You're going to want to remind yourself of why you started to do this in the first place. So it's really important that you know what that motivation is so that you can keep going. Understanding your motivation also helps with key decisions. So for instance, if your motivation is to finally publish traditionally and get your name into the front list of Simon & Schuster's books for 2020 something, okay, that why has a pretty specific direction for publication in it. Your decisions that you make are going to be based on the fact that you want to traditionally publish with one of the top publishers in the country, right? But if your why was, I want to get it into the hands of 100 veterans because you're writing a book, or you want to write a book that has to do with being a veteran in America, then the way that you go about your book might be very different because you're thinking about those 100 veterans. You might make it very specific to that world. You might use words that only they would understand. You might want a cover that's going to specifically appeal to that audience segment. You might decide that vets don't tend to read long works of nonfiction, maybe. And so maybe you decide to shorten your book. I'm using all these as hypotheticals and examples. The point is that knowing your why can help you make decisions along the way. It can help you make decisions either about the writing itself. It can help them with promotion, marketing, selling, the publication route that you go. So understanding your why is really important at the beginning because it could be a way of guiding and helping you navigate the book development process through its various stages. So what are some reasons that people write books? What are some people's motivations, right? For some, it's visibility. Right? They want to get their name out there and they want to get their ideas out there. And that could be because they run a business. It could be because they're trying to turn a corner in something. They're rebranding. Who knows? It could be about authority. They want to have authority over the topic that they coach, teach, promote. It could be about reputability, building their reputation around a particular topic or idea. It could be to fulfill a dream. Maybe they've always wanted to write a book, right? That's okay. That can be it. Like you've always thought that you were going to write a book. Now it's time to do it. It could be more about inspiring hope or empowering change in others. It could be to capture a personal story for family. And so there's an interesting why. If your why is really just to get down, let's say, the older generation stories in order to give them out to aunts, uncles, cousins, grandkids, then you've got some different decisions to make because it's really more about the family legacy than it is about publication or selling. Your why could be about pleasing fans or a following if you've got a really huge platform and your celebrity status, or you're really niched down in a particular area and very well known. And you could also use a book to teach a framework. So maybe your why is about teaching an education. There are so many other whys that probably have not just come out of my mouth that might match more of what your why is. But the goal is for you during this process of starting this book that you've been thinking about is to identify what are your reasons. Where do you fall? Why is it that you want to write this book? What's motivating you to do it? And then you really want to get grounded in that motivation. Again, because when things get a little bit challenging, you want to go back to that why and remind yourself of why you jumped on this journey to begin with. So that's it for this particular video. But what I would love for you to do is check out my website, therightplacerighttime.com. Go check out all the free available resources that you have to learn more, and definitely pick up my latest free lead magnet, which I've put the link to down in the description. Good luck.